It's me and Connor.
What?
Connor and me. We love talking Yankees, so grab a
Come
seat.
on.
New York at heart. We rep BX. Chat about the team with no BS. It's Captain's Convos. 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 Captain's Convos.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Captain's Corner. I am Ryan, here with
Miss Remington, and today we have so much going on. That's my dog. She's in the room. We actually have real stuff to talk about for once. I've never been so excited for a season to start.
This. We've been hammering the pod every week, but this really feels like it's time to kick things off, to be honest.
It's so exciting, and I think we should start with wrapping up the WBC just to get it out of the way, and then we can really dive into predictions for the season, preview Yankees versus Giants, and get into some real ball talk.
Absolutely, yeah. So, obviously, U.S. did not win the WBC. Just a really, really brutal offensive performance from the entire team. I know Judge has taken basically the brunt of it as the captain and as arguably the greatest hitter on the planet. And I get that, but I just think that you had a team full of some of the best players in the world, and there was offers throughout it. So, I mean, just a tough one.
It is a tough one. The 3 strikeouts, it's just a tough watch. And it's easy for people who don't like Judge or criticize Judge, whatever, to just throw that out there. Like you said, the whole team, no one really performed. Yeah, it is tough though with the Judge not being clutch. Allegations, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there was one at bat in particular. I forget where the base runner was, but Judge basically got 2 fastballs down the middle that he just watched, and then he ended up grounding out to third on like a not as good pitch. Which, yeah, listen, it's tough. It sucks. I think you can say that and get it out of the way. But then I think that what a lot of people didn't realize, because the WBC, what I noticed is like I have friends that like don't really watch too much baseball, but they were pretty tuned into this. I think what a lot of like non-avid baseball watchers don't realize is like, dude, anyone can go. Ohtani can go 0 for 7 on any given day. Like it's the name of the game. Obviously, like the lights are bright type of deal. You want the guys to come through, but it just wasn't Judge's day. And you know what's really sad about that game is Bryce Harper's home run pretty much gets erased from history, and that was an electric moment.
Electric, so clutch. Kind of been struggling throughout the WBC.
Yeah, that was his moment.
To come through, and then just immediately the next inning we lose the lead, or lose the tie. Rough. But it's in the past. It's been like a week now.
Yeah, I'm like finally over it. I feel like it was kind of rough the next couple of days, but
yeah, especially just going on like Twitter, Instagram, and just seeing all the Judge discourse.
The Judge hate. Oh my god.
But then the first spring training game back, he hits a home run.
Cranks one.
just hits one like 450 feet. So you love to see that. He's going to be fine. He's still the best hitter in baseball.
Absolutely. And yeah, congrats to Venezuela. Congrats to Gleyber Torres. I love him, and I'm glad that he was on the right side of that. And then my last comment on the WBC is I think it's so dumb that like Mason Miller wasn't available unless it was a save situation. I don't care the technicality of what's considered a save. A 2-2 game going into the 9th, like that to me is as good of a time as ever. Like, I don't know, that just the wording of like, oh, it's not a save situation. It's like, I get that, but Whitlock should not have been in that game. It should have been Mason Miller. That's my own gripe, but
yeah, completely agree. Use your best players when you need to. Doesn't matter that it's a save. You lost the game because Whitlock gave up a run. And our offense couldn't hit, but Mason Miller should have been in there.
100%.
But honestly, who cares about the WBC, baby? Let's get into Yankees baseball.
We're done with that.
We're done. I think the first thing we're going to do is Judge's Trials. It's a segment that we've been cooking up after each series, or whenever the pod comes out, probably going to be doing 2 a week. We're going to put one player or coach or decision moment to court, and then we're going to argue either in defense or in favor of prosecution.
Mhm.
So you have the first one.
Yeah, so here we go. Judge's trial. Today we have Mr. Ryan Weathers on the stand. The reason it's Mr. Weathers is because this spring training, respectfully, he's been pretty bad. 1-3 record, 11.68 ERA. He's thrown 12 innings, so nothing crazy. He's got 17 Ks and a 2.11 WHIP. So basically, I think that, I mean, here I'll play a little bit of the prosecution here. I just think that I remember those first clips of him, like as soon as he was throwing in spring training, like dialing it up to like 99, like he looked untouchable his first start.
Nasty stuff.
And then I think it's just a little bit scary to see a guy kind of go from that, even just through spring training, and fall off a cliff in a sense of like those numbers, especially after a great first start. You gotta be pretty bad to do that. And then we sort of have to pick a side. Like, does spring training, does it matter at all? Like, is it something that we should be looking at in any regard? Does it mean anything? Because if it doesn't, then it's like, oh, well, whatever. But if it does, then I mean, this is a little scary to see.
It's tough. I feel like whenever a player doesn't do well, there's pitchers could be just working on like one particular pitch or like throwing it in one particular like area of the zone. So it's hard. I feel like there's a lot of excuses if people don't do well, especially on the pitching side. Hitting, I feel like it should matter. I don't know. It's tough though, because if pitchers are doing that, then what does hitting matter?
Exactly.
But it just seems I don't know, a little rough to disregard like the spring training that say Spencer Jones has had. Did another 2 home runs. He's looking fantastic. So I don't know. There's got to be a line somewhere. It's got to matter a little, right?
100%. Like you're correct in terms of pitchers working on things, but like at this current moment, this is the last game the Yankees play before the season. I'd imagine everyone is just trying their best. Like I don't think pitchers at this point are really working on anything. I think like when you're this deep into spring training, it's like I'm gonna mimic opening day, which is like 2 days away. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's tough. I'm willing to rule Ryan Weathers not guilty because I think that he does have great stuff, and I think that if he's going to be a part of our 4-man rotation, that we're going to have to see him perform well, and to put him in the doghouse before the season even starts, I don't think it's fair. So
I agree. I will say though, I feel like he's kind of already on a little bit of thin ice or thinning ice. You know what I mean?
why do you say that?
Well, part of the reason that I feel like he was even on trial, our rotation came out for the beginning of the year. We're going to be running with our off days a 4-man rotation. It's going to be Fried, Schlittler, Warren, and Weathers. Some people were upset because that means that Heel is going to miss out. So I saw people upset that he missed out and Weathers got in. I saw some people mad that he missed out and Will Warren got in. I feel like that makes it, I don't know, matter a little more because Heel was having a pretty good spring.
That's true. No, absolutely. And I get it with the off days early on, but it is interesting to see them go with the 4-man rotation. Because like you said, Heel had a good spring, and I think he's got good stuff. I guess they're just nervous kind of about his control and just, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm rooting for Weathers. I don't think this is too much of an alarming thing, but I also think not great. Not great to roll into the season with above an 11 ERA.
Not what you want. It would feel better if he had like a 2 ERA.
Absolutely.
In spring, but it is what it is.
100%. But Mr. Weathers, you are not guilty. We're rooting for you, and we'll see you soon.
We'll see you. I can't believe we'll see you soon. Like later this week.
Dude, I can't wait.
Isn't it so exciting?
Wednesday's going to be electric. I'm so excited.
we're gonna hold off on the series preview.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna go to some predictions about the season, some
Yo.
over unders. Do you want to start with your first prediction?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first prediction was Cam Schlittler having 12 wins this season. What are your thoughts on that, Connor?
I think that's a little light.
You think it's low?
Yeah, I feel like if I didn't, I feel like I see him getting around like 14.
I like that.
I mean, he's gonna get run support, and his stuff is nasty. If he can just stay healthy, I feel like 14 is very doable. 14 to 15.
I like that. I'm on
I'm
board
very
with
high on Cam Schlittler.
100%. I think him and Ben Rice are like the two young guys that a lot of Yankee fans are just stoked to see. So
Yeah, I mean that leads into mine. Ben Rice. I said this before as a hot take, and I'm going to say it again. I think he's going to hit 40 home runs this season. I
I
really think
love
he's
it.
going to take the next step.
I love it. And I actually just saw someone posted something like it was a hot take for every MLB team, and the Yankee one was Ben Rice would lead AL first baseman in home runs. So kind of goes hand in hand with yours. I think it's absolutely possible with like we've said it before, but how unlucky he was last season and just that sheer power he has, like absolutely doable.
A beautiful swing. I really do think you think top first baseman's in the AL. You think Vladdy, Nick Kurtz. Um, I think Ben Rice is going to be right there with them. I really do.
I agree. And did you see his ramen commercial he just did?
No, I didn't. No,
Wait, was it ramen? No.
no, it
Um,
was right a collab with Ben's Rice.
yeah, my bad. It was why am I
Yeah,
saying ramen? No, it was rice. And honestly, I love that commercial because it like I think it gave me the immediate vibes. Like in 15 years from now, we're gonna go back and watch that. Like he's gonna have a historic career, and we're gonna go back and be like, oh, like that youngin doing the rice commercial. Um, yeah, I think his it might not have anything to do with it, but I think his confidence is going to be up this year, having the season he did last year. And I'm sure he knows how unlucky he was. I mean, he's literally the guy hitting the baseball. So I imagine in his head, he's thinking like, listen, a couple of these fall, and like I'm hitting 300 with like an extra 5 bombs. So
yeah.
I'm all on board with you there.
He's just got such fast hands and seemingly like a very repeatable swing.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I'm very high. He's probably the player I'm most excited to watch
I can definitely get behind that.
after Aaron Judge, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron Judge is kind of the guy for all of us. So for my other prediction, I have Cody Bellinger putting up a 285 average. I want to say last year he batted around 270. I just want to see it's kind of like an overall theme for the Yankees, but I want to see guys like averages come up. I know that's like not a stat that anyone cares about anymore, but guess what? I still do, and I would love to see Bellinger right around this spot because hitting, he's either going to be right behind or right in front of Judge, and I think that him getting on base, extra base hits, putting the ball in play is going to be crucial. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a crazy ask. I think it's a pretty manageable prediction, but a good Cody Bellinger season would be awesome.
He the Cubs, what was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? He hit 300.
So he can
So
do it.
very, very doable. And he probably would have been closer to that last year if not for his slow start.
Absolutely. Yeah, he started very slow.
Very slow to the point. Little side tangent.
I know where this is going.
Our friend drafted him in fantasy and released him after the first like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, generational fumble. And
Yeah,
then
I
you
guess
picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
You picked him up right away. You stole him from me. I wanted him. And then he went on like a generational run after that.
He proceeded to hit a 3-run home run for like 5 straight games. It felt like
It was ridiculous.
every other day it was like Bellinger 2-run shot, Bellinger 3-run shot. Yeah, no disrespect, but dropping anyone in fantasy baseball that early is kind of crazy. It's like it's not baseball's a game of runs, man. Guys are gonna have 2 weeks where they're hot, a week where they're ice cold. You gotta kind of weather the storm in fantasy baseball, but
Yeah, and honest, maybe at the end of the pod we'll go over our fantasy teams.
I kind of like that. Absolutely.
Right? I think that could be fun. Ryan won last year.
Mm-hmm.
Props to you.
Thank you. Who did I beat in the championship again?
I got second.
Okay, sorry. Which,
Yeah,
hey, commendable.
I feel like you
Commendable.
remembered that. But
I
hey, podium.
absolutely.
And I was winning literally until the very last day, and then you beat me by like 50 points out of nowhere.
I believe Alejandro Kirk had one of the greatest games of his
Dude,
life.
that's what. Yes. Oh my god, I just had like flashback. Alejandro Kirk had like 30 points
He
the
hit
last
like,
day.
he hit like 5 home runs and won me the chip.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Oh,
I
and
totally
wait,
forgot about that.
it was against, I want to say it was against the Yankees. Is that crazy to say? Because I feel like it was so bittersweet.
Were
Or
we
was
playing?
it just because maybe we didn't want the Blue Jays to win? Because I don't know who it was against, but
Yeah, I think it was the latter. I think because we were trying to get
neck and
first.
neck, yeah.
Yeah, I remember making fun of you saying that. Of course, you'd only win, at
The
the
expense of the
downfall of the
Yankees.
Yankees. Yeah,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay, my next prediction: Jazz 50-50.
Mhm.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think he's gonna get 50-50, but I do think he's gonna get 35-35.
Mhm.
Which he had 31-31 last year.
Mhm.
And I don't think 40-40 is out of the question. But I'm going to say, I think safely 35-35.
I'm totally on board with that. I really hope that the Yankees are aggressive on the base paths like later in the lineup, because I think like obviously if Judge is even close to coming up, you want the runners on.
Yeah.
But I think like in like the Jazz, the Cabbies, like when Volpe's healthy, I think when you get down kind of lower, I want them to be aggressive. I think that they're gonna be. And I mean Jazz showed us his power last year, so I absolutely think 35 and 35 is on board here. I wonder. Yeah, I mean he could definitely 40-40 is like crazy. But I think he can. I really do. And he's got the confidence. He said he could get a 50-50.
I think he can. I don't think he will. I think, though, 35-35, I do think he's going to get that.
And that would be huge.
Huge. I really think, like, Judge, Belly, Rice, Jazz, like the four of them,
Mhm.
if Stan can stay healthy, I really think that that's just going to be such a killer, like, heart of the lineup.
Mhm.
That I feel like as Yankee fans, like we were kind of upset that they didn't get more and whatever. If you look at their stats from last year, like those four players, like they're gonna do some fucking damage, dude.
Yeah. We should be really excited. And all of our projections, it's like people don't just project the Yankees to be great because they're the Yankees. It's like our rosters like that. And like you just said, last year proved it. Our numbers were ridiculous. And it's the same squad. Literally, we got Paul Goldschmidt back, former MVP.
Former MVP Paul Goldschmidt.
So I mean, we're literally running it back, and that squad was unbelievable. So 100%. I'm on board. Jazz 35-35 with hopes of a 40-40.
With hopes. Next we're gonna do some season predictions, some over unders. And I guess piggybacking off of how great the Yankees are, wins. I think Vegas has us at 91.5.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that? Where do you think we land?
Whew. I mean, it's not the bias in me, but I think we're gonna be just over that. I could see us having like a 93 win season. I think last year we had 94. So I genuinely think we're gonna be right around that. Yeah, I got us at 93. I'm hitting the over on that.
I'm hitting the over as well, especially if Cole and Rodon can come back even relatively healthy. I think our rotation is going to be disgusting. So I'm going to hit the over on that as well. This is all just positive vibes.
And listen, Devin Williams is out, and David Bednar, full season of him, he was lights out in the WBC. I mean, he was getting himself into jams, not even his fault, and he was working out of them with 3 straight strikeouts. So I'm very excited to see a full season of him.
Straight nails, and that'll be our next over-under. Bednar saves. We had 24.5 as the over-under.
Mhm.
Is that low? I feel like that might be low.
It might be low. I think it's also just so much like opportunity. Like if the Yankees are pummeling team, honestly, a trend that we saw last year was we either pummeled teams or we got pummeled. And it was
Yeah.
just like it was like those games that were close that Devin Williams would absolutely sell us. Devin Williams, if you're watching, it's not personal. I hope you're doing well, but you also cost me a lot of happiness last year. So I really hope that you struggle on the Mets respectfully. But
Respect.
I hope you're okay. Yeah, respectfully. It might be a little low. I would take the over. I think he's going to be right around 30. I think that hopefully the Yankees don't have too many games where it's like he's got to save us. I mean, it's going to happen, but I hope that we just pummel teams, and when he does need to come in and save the day, that he does. So I'm taking the over, but I think it's a valid place.
Yeah, I think over as well. I feel like we're going to be over on all of these,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot of them. But I think he's probably going to have around 30.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunities will definitely be there. He had over 30. Was it 2 or 3 years ago on the
Mm-hmm.
Pirates? Um, and if he can pitch like he did in the WBC, like he did for us, at points last year, then I'm very confident in that, man. Yeah. Stark contrast from Devin Williams,
Big,
respectfully.
big time.
Next over under games played for Stan, 89.5.
What are your thoughts on this one?
He's so hard to predict because looking at the past few years, he's either like around like 100, 110, or he's at like 20.
Mm-hmm.
So very hard to predict. I hope it's over. I could see it being like 80,
Mm-hmm.
like half the season. But last year he started the IL, or started the season with like a phantom IL. And he
Mm-hmm.
didn't come back until later in the season.
Yeah, and I feel like they
Um,
milked it.
for sure they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think this year, I mean, he's starting healthy, um, healthy as Stan can be.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go under. I mean, I hope not, God forbid, but I do think injuries will most likely play a role in it.
And I mean, you have to think like right off the bat, I'd imagine 30 games are basically a guarantee. Like he needs load management, like it's an off day for him. So I mean,
Yeah,
right off the bat, I think his max is like 130.
yeah, he's not
And
hitting.
then yeah, and then when like you factor in like you said like these phantom IL stints, God forbid, knock on wood, real IL stints. Um, I think that's a good line. I think I'm gonna take the over. I think that he's probably. I mean, he had a great spring training. He's been crushing the ball, and he literally told us he couldn't open a bag of chips. So it's like, how much more unhealthy can he get, but still manage to crush a baseball? I guess we'll never know. But I feel like he's gonna play like 97 games, and then he's gonna be healthy for the postseason, which is really that's where we need him. So
I'll say my prediction is like 85, 80 games, somewhere
that's
in there.
valid.
But hopefully more. And yeah, with the whole like can't open a bag of chips, but he's hitting these home runs. When I think of Stan, I really do think of like a caveman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like just
Like
give me a big piece of wood and watch me hit ball over a fence.
like Fred Flintstone, like Bam.
It's pretty incredible. Now if he does play, like let's say 85 games, that's like about half the season. Do you think we would see like a Spencer Jones if that's the case, or do you think that we'd see a Dominguez? Like, where do you think?
I think Dominguez
Mhm.
gets the shot over Spencer Jones. Um, I think we're gonna hold on to Spencer Jones or trade him.
Mhm.
But I don't think that he's gonna see, barring an injury, or
Mhm.
like if Trent Grisham really underperforms. If Trent Grisham doesn't do well and Stanton gets hurt, then I feel like you have to bring up those guys.
Yeah,
I mean, at least one. You still have like Randall Grichuk, but I don't think you want him being like a starter. He's
very
going to
true.
be a bench piece, like our fourth outfielder.
Mhm.
But I do think you bring up both
I
if
like
that in
that.
that scenario.
I random thought, but I mean, we're gonna have to catch some Rail Riders games. We have Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones, Oswaldo Cabrera, Carlos Legrand. Like that Rail Riders team is gonna be pretty nasty.
Oh, if we don't win like the AAA World Series, we're doing something wrong.
We kind of have to, like, all these guys, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to AAA. Like, I don't think any of them are dropped down to Somerset, as far as I know. So I really do think that squad's going to be nasty.
Yeah, crazy.
We'll definitely have to see some games.
Another over/under bases stolen for Cabby, 34.5.
34.5. We talked about it a little bit before, but what really comes into play here is how many games he's getting to play. But now, with that being said, because when Volpe comes back, we don't really know how that's going to pan out. With that being said, though, I do think that even if he doesn't play too much, he'll be, I think, pinch running like all the time potentially. Like if he's on the bench and we have even a semi-close situation, there's no reason he shouldn't pinch run and try to take a base. He's literally like probably top 5 fastest guys in the MLB. So I'm going to take the over just in that regard because I think he'll get close anyway. I think he'll play a lot as like a utility guy. And then I think, pinch running situations, he could definitely steal like if he gets like 6 or 7 there. But
yeah, I definitely think he'll be around there. He's been upper 40s the last 2 years, I believe. Mm-hmm. I just don't think he's going to get as many opportunities as he did, but he's still, I feel like he's like a guaranteed stolen base if he gets
so fast.
He's so fast, dude. He'll definitely be up there. I really hope he plays and gives Volpe a little run for his money.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And honestly, like I'm rooting for Volpe to have a good season, but it's like nice to have a guy that if Volpe doesn't, and he really hasn't, that Cabby's a perfect plug-in. Like, because Cabby, like I think Volpe's probably a better defender than Cabby, or like Cabby's pretty good, but I think Volpe has the tools to be a better defender. But then in terms of hitting, like you just want Cabby's speed. Like if they're both just going to be decent defenders, like I want the guy that's going to take 45 bases, not Volpe, who is quick too, but just not on that level. But
honestly, I think it would be good for team morale. We're going for the World Series, obviously. Mm-hmm. It seems like we're also going for the AAA World Series, and I think they could probably use a Volpe at shortstop down there, just trying to win it at both levels.
Both World Series. I totally get that.
And I do think that's the route we should go, but I don't think they will, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Last over/under, game started for Cole. We have 24.5. He is so far ahead of where we all thought he would be. He threw another 2 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Is that today or?
Yeah, today. Yeah, I think it was today. Yeah, he threw the first 2 innings, and then I think Weathers came in, I believe.
The fact that he's throwing anything is
unbelievable. I'm pretty sure we were talking like late May, early June, and now I feel like it's trending like early May, like at the latest.
Yeah, like late April is a very real possibility.
May, which is crazy to think about, and it's huge. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take the over on that, and I think also part of it's like Cole is just such a competitor that I think if he's good to go, he's good to go. Like he's not the one to be like, no, I need an extra week. And I know that it takes a lot of ramping up, but I think 2 things come into play. One is he's already been touching like 98 miles an hour. You're not doing that if you're not like loaded up and like kind of been getting to that spot. And then I think kind of the same thing with throwing, like 2 innings in spring training, like really tells us that you're like 95% there, like a couple more weeks of like getting the bullpens up, getting the pitch count up. And then if he's touching 98 and his stuff is there, which the curves, like all the off speed stuff looks good. There's no reason. I don't think he won't be able to start 25 games.
Yeah. I think I agree with you in that. That's like unbelievable.
It's awesome.
No one thought that, like going, when he first got hurt, that he would be ready at this point. But it really does seem like he's going to be late April, early May. So, yeah,
it's crazy. We finally get to see Garrett Cole and Max Fried. Like,
I know.
We got Max Fried, and then it was because Garrett Cole went down. It's like sick that we got Max Fried, but we didn't get to see this two-headed monster. And now it could potentially be like a four-headed monster with Rodon and Schlittler. We got whoever Warren or Weathers performs better. Like, oh, we talked about it all offseason, but I can't wait for this rotation to just be rolling.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, we're not. We haven't really spoken about Rodon at all, but Rodon had a solid season last year.
Really good. So
Probably
consistent.
his best one in pinstripes.
Absolutely. Dude, imagine like you're the White Sox and you have to come to the Bronx and you got Max Fried, Garrett Cole, and then Cam Schlittler or Carlos Rodon. Like there's no breaks there. There's probably like two other teams I could think of where you just don't get a break like that.
Yeah, and then after them, like Bednar's coming in.
Yeah. We got
Yeah,
Luis Heel in the bullpen now. Like
even like Doval, like even though he has his control issues and whatnot, he's still throwing like 100 plus, like a
stuff is
crazy
getting
sinker.
nasty.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's got to be intimidating.
It'd be cool if we could, like we were talking about Spencer Jones, if we could trade for another like key bullpen piece. I think that would like chef's kiss. We'd be set, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, Mason Miller. Just kidding.
Stop. Don't tease.
Where do you want to go next? You want to go preview Giants Yankees, or do you want to do hot takes or
Let's
hotline?
let's do the hot takes. We'll get into the preview at the very end.
Okay.
So yeah, these are some things I was kind of just browsing Twitter, and these are some things that I saw Yankee fans say. So the first one came from actually one of my tweets. I tweeted their first 4 series, and I just said, in these 12 games, kind of what do you think? And someone said at best they go 7-5, and they said that they don't think that they're going to. They said at best they go 7-5. They get 2 against the Giants, 1 against the Mariners, 2 against the Marlins, and 2 against the A's. What are your thoughts initially on that?
I mean, I don't think that's crazy. I mean, all the winning 2-2-2, that's still winning the series.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. Like, and I wouldn't hate going 7-5, but I think at best is a crazy thing to say. I think there's no reason we can't sweep the Marlins and the A's.
Yeah,
I mean, the
A's are
good.
sneaky good. Their pitching is suspect, but their lineup is really good.
Marlins respectfully poverty, and then I don't think there's the Mariners have good starting pitching, but like to assume we win one, I don't know. I get it's not egregious, but I just think at best is a crazy statement. Like if you would tell me we're opening the season against the Giants, Mariners, Marlins, and A's, I'd think like that's a good time to like turn it up. Why not go like 9-3?
Yeah, I mean I think we would all want 9-3 at best. I agree. That's I guess the part holding it up, but I don't think 7-5 is crazy. But 9, let's go 9-3. Why don't we do that instead?
Let's go 12-0.
Let's go 12-0. Let's go 162-0.
Let's sweep the Giants. Last year we opened up with a sweep of the Astros, didn't we?
I know we started off the season hot. I can't remember who we started against.
I'm pretty sure last year we took on the Astros and we swept them to start the season. I'm like 99% sure. If we can get Jamie to fact check that.
Yeah, Jamie.
Jamie, pull that up for us.
Yeah, let's go 2025. When was opening day last year?
March 28th. The only reason I know that is because it was the day we got Yogi as well.
This can't be right.
The kid's literally only known baseball. The day we picked him up, I turned the Yankee game on. He was locked in ever since.
28. I'm not seeing it, brother.
Listen, it's not the end of the world. But I do think that we can open up with a sweep again this year.
Yeah, very possible. I hope we do. Why not? Let's do it. Are the Giants? I know. I feel like they're always kind of like sneaky, like decent. Last year their offense started like abysmal. and then they started like coming together, and like everyone started turning up later on in the season. But yeah, why not, dude? Why not?
I need to. 2024, we started off with a sweep of the Astros.
Okay,
Last
I was
year,
gonna say I couldn't find it.
last year was the Brewers, and I think we spanked them. I don't know if I forget if we
Is
swept.
that
Here we go.
Nestor? We just like shit on Nestor
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
we swept them as well. 4-2, 20-9, 12-3. So that's
20-9.
2 years in a row the Yankees have started the season off with a sweep. That's pretty incredible.
Let's do it again.
Let's
We
do it
definitely
again.
can.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Sorry, yeah. So for our next hot take, we have Jason Dominguez deserves a roster spot and should be competing with Trent Grisham. What are your thoughts there, Connor?
uh, I'll say I disagree. I think he does deserve a spot, maybe to be like that fourth outfielder role instead of Grichuk. Although I know he's the righty bat, whatever. The Trent Grisham, I've definitely been on the train of like, why did we sign him? I really don't think we needed to, but he did have an insane season last year. He had the second most home runs on the team. Um, his defense wasn't terrible. Uh, he's historically been better in the past. Maybe had injuries, whatever. But he had such a good season, and all the stats say that he should repeat it. He didn't like really outperform like projected stats. So I don't know. I am very hopeful. I'm trying to just be positive on all the Yankees except Volpe. So I'll disagree just with the competing with Trent. I think Trent has earned his spot, and that we should all be rooting for him and be a little more confident in Trent.
I agree 100%. And I also think that part of it's like Dominguez still is showing defensive blunder after defensive blunder.
Rough.
So, I mean, even if Grisham wasn't to perform up to his standards that he set last year, it's like just his defensive consistency is all we could ask over. And I love J Dom. He's got the tools, but he has so much more fine tuning to do. He's only 22, so like it's fine.
You just call him J Dom?
J Dom.
Are people calling him J Dom?
I call him J Dom. I feel like maybe people don't say it out loud, but I think on like Twitter I see J Dom all the time.
Okay. I'm not plugged in,
Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, I'll go with the Martian if that's better.
No, I like J Dom. I just hadn't heard it before.
Gotcha. But yeah, totally agree with you. It's Grisham's spot till he loses it. Don't want him to lose it. Want him to do what he did last year. Personally, do I think he's going to? I've said it before. I don't. But if really good defense out in center field is the best we get from him, that's fine. I just won't. I'll go insane if he's batting leadoff and he's hitting like 215. That's where I'll really.
I agree. I will say I don't think this is a hot take if Trent Grisham has like a bad April.
Absolutely, like a bad first month, then we should definitely start 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. We have one more hot take.
Let's hear it.
It doesn't matter what Spencer Jones does in AAA, he will not get called up this season. This I agree with. I just said this before. Yeah, I hope we do. I want to see him. I want to trade one of him or Dominguez, and I think if Dominguez can't field, I mean, maybe we do that. Spencer Jones is like a home run or strikeout guy, and we have a lot of that, so I understand that criticism. But when he connects with the ball, dude, it is like it's judging.
It is judging. That's what I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, so like I would love to see him. It seems like we're gonna keep him locked away in the minors, and do some classic Yankee stuff. It seems like we're either gonna trade him, or we're just gonna have him play another year in the minors, and then maybe next year when Dominguez or when Grisham isn't on the team, maybe Spencer Jones gets that that spot. Him and Dominguez can fight for it. So I do agree with the take, but I don't like that I agree with it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and also for the fact that I just think the Yankees, like, they just have that history of like, no, we're good with leaving
Yeah.
guys kind of down there. So yeah, I don't think, and it's interesting too because I mean I can't name like specific examples. I just know that like going through this off season, spring training, like it seems like a lot of teams are like calling on some young guys. I mean, the Mets, who's Benj, I don't know how to say his last name, but I saw he made the opening day roster. He's like that young stud. But I feel like just across the league, there's a lot of young guys that teams are like, oh, you got the stuff, let's call you up. And the Yankees had like quite a few guys were in spring training. I was like, whoa, like LaGrange is the first one. Like his stuff was disgusting, would absolutely translate immediately to helping us. I guess they kind of want to develop him into a starter and just give him more development time. But Spencer Jones, a 1600 OPS is unbelievable. Like, or a 1.
That's so good, dude.
It's ridiculous. So I mean, he did everything he could to get the call pre-spring training. Obviously, doesn't because of the pathway is not there. Yeah, I don't think he gets called up, barring injury. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it would be interesting if Stan does get hurt, if they call him up to be DH
Be
instead
fun.
of getting Dominguez. Why not? If we're having like a slow start to the season and
Mhm.
Stan gets hurt, like that could really bring some energy.
Especially like Stanton and him. I mean, I'm not comparing them, but like in terms of the home run or strikeout, they're kind of the same outcome type of player. So
Yeah, it is tough. We have so many lefties in our lineup, which is funny because a few years ago, like that's all we wanted was
we
more
couldn't
lefties.
get a lefty. Yeah,
So I don't know. It'll be interesting. But
absolutely.
let's talk Giants, baby.
Yeah, let's get right into this preview. So first I'll pull up. Let me see here. No, we don't want this. First, I'll pull up the Yankees projected lineup. So here's this is kind of what I think that they're going to go with. We got Grisham leading off, Judge, Belly, Stanton, Ben Rice, Jazz, Cabby, Wells, McMahon. I know Logan Webb's a righty, so I think that they're going to kind of lean on the lefties a bit. I mean, like we just said, that it's pretty much all lefties anyway. But I think we could see like a change, or like a couple things could be different. Like who knows if Ben or Jazz is going to be in front of one another. You could always, I would love Cabby to be like the 9 guy. But then again,
like double lead off.
What'd you say?
I've always been a fan of double lead off, like speedy guy in the 9 hole.
Me too, absolutely. And I would prefer that. I would just wouldn't if it would take away from stealing potential with Judge only being like a batter away.
Yeah,
so I mean, him being sandwiched in between like Wells and Jazz, I don't hate, because hopefully if he gets on, they're just like, yeah, let's get you a third. But this lineup gets me excited. I mean, the meat of that's scary.
That 2 through 6 is like, I'm so excited to watch that throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Even Cabby, I'm excited. He's been doing like really well. He had I don't remember how many, but he had a big home run in the WBC. And we've been talking about his speed all episode.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited for him. Wells had a decent WBC.
He was named to the all like whatever it is, not all star, but like all WBC team. He had a great one.
Yeah, great. Yeah, honestly, decent is disrespectful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's 2 through 8 now.
And then honestly, to top it off, I think I just saw McMahon just had his 3rd straight multi-hit game. So, like,
dude, and I literally was just saying about how we should give Trent Grisham more respect.
This lineup might not. It's so funny. The closer we get to the start of the season, our opinions like go from just doom to just boom.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not get excited? This is every season. If you go into the season with like no hope, then it's like, I don't know, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm opening day, like cracking open a beer, watching the Yankees for the first time in months.
It's gonna hit so different.
I
can't wait to hear Michael K's voice.
Ah, that beautiful man.
So that's the lineup we have. And then this is what the Giants are going with.
See, they have a pretty good lineup too, dude.
Oh, dude, it's disgusting. I mean, Arias, Adames, Devers, Chapman, Helio Ramos, like their 1 through 6 is scary too. And then you got Bader. I'm not familiar too much with those last two guys. I mean, I know Patrick Bailey, but Gerard Encarnacion, not familiar, but they have, dude, it's a scary lineup as well.
Yeah, yeah. Lee was really good for stretches last year. Same with Ramos.
Mm-hmm.
Chapman, I feel like is always like off and on. I feel like he's kind of become like a lower average, like high power guy.
Mm-hmm.
Devers is fantastic. Adames really struggled last year.
Mm-hmm.
Started to come around towards the end, so he'll be interesting. First, like full season with the Giants. Because right, was he in a late edition or was he full season last year? This might be his second full season, but he's more used to the Bay. So, and then yeah, Rise at the top spot. Yeah, they're gonna be good.
Yeah, definitely not a team that you could take lightly, I think.
No, and like Logan Webb is incredible. So
Oh, yes. Speaking of, we'll just get this right up. These are the pitching matchups we got. Like you just said, Logan Webb. He's probably, I would say, he's a top 10 pitcher in the league, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe even with potential to be higher up. But yeah, both him and Max Fried are elite. And then we have our youngin Cam Schlittler versus Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's a very solid starter. And then it's Will Warren versus Tyler. Wish I knew how to say his last name. I'm gonna guess Maley, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah, he was on the Rangers last year. I had him in fantasy. He was incredible, and then he got injured. But yeah, another really good 1 through 3 from the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But my, Max Fried.
Yeah, I'm so stoked. Max Fried versus Logan Webb. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I think first game of the season, kind of after a spring training, I think those are two guys that we might see a lot of strikeouts that game. Like, I feel like Max Fried could go for maybe like 7 Ks. Logan Webb I could see with like a 9K game. But I also think that like with those Ks, they're definitely going to give up some runs as well. I think that the lineups are too talented. So if I had to predict, I'd say like Max Fried probably gives us maybe 6 1/3. I'm going to say he gives us, I'll say 6 Ks. And I think he gives up, I'll say 3 runs. And then I think Logan Webb's he's going to go like 5 1/3 with 8 Ks, but I think he's going to give up 4 runs.
I mean, I like that for the Yankees. That's a quality start by Fried to start off the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both going to do well. I do think we're going to get to Webb more than they'll get to Fried.
Mm-hmm.
So I like your prediction. I like it. God, our line. I just love our lineup. I'm really trying to convince myself that I love our lineup, but I think that I do. Game 2, Schlittler versus Robbie Ray. What's your line for that? We'll see how accurate you are. You'll go game 1, game 2, game 3.
I like this. I think Cam Schlittler gives us 5 2/3, and he gives us 7 Ks, and I think he'll give up 2 runs. So great start from Cam. I think Robbie Ray, 3 2/3, 6 runs, 1 K. We absolutely obliterate that man. I mean, Robbie Ray. You ever watch? What was the show as a kid with Sporticus? Did you ever watch that?
Sporticus.
Sporticus. There was a girl with pink hair. There were like some non-human people.
I have no idea.
There was the bad guy in that. I feel like his name.
Oh, the Lazy Town.
Lazy Town, yes.
Oh my! I do know Lazy Town.
And wait, who was the Lazy Town villain? Robbie Rotten. So
Robbie Ryan.
Robbie
Oh
Ray,
my.
Robbie Ray in game 2 of this series, he's going to be nicknamed Robbie Rotten because of how bad of a start he has against us.
Wow, I wish I could share my screen and show you. Just look up Robbie Rotten on like Google Images and look at some of the faces that this man makes.
Oh, listen, I'll do my best right now to pull it up. And while I do that, I want you to give me the predictions on that third game.
Game 3, Will Warren versus Tyler Molly. That one is going to be. That'll be interesting. I do think Will Warren. I'm going to say 4 2/3. Yeah, there's our boy. I think Will Warren 4 2/3. I'll say 5 Ks, 3 earned runs.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Molly, I think. Honestly, he was so good last year. I'm gonna say 6 1/3, 7 Ks, 2 earned runs.
So he has a good one.
We need to go after their bullpen in Game 3.
I like that. Yeah, and I think what we should do is we each pick a guy right now who we think is going to be kind of the star of the series, and then we'll revisit it. So like next pod, well, obviously we could do a series kind of prediction, but we can also we'll recap this series, of course. So
okay, and we're no Judge.
Yeah, keep Judge. I mean,
because that would be my pick.
Here's what I'll say. You can pick Judge, but just know that like if he has like 2 homers and bats like 280, like even that if he's the best one on the team, like that's not going to do it for like you're not going to get points for that. If you're picking Judge, he needs to have like a 1.200 OPS. Like he needs to be a freak. So
okay.
You can pick him, but just we're going to expect more out of him if he's your pick.
I just think that the WBC banter and like him coming back and immediately hitting a home run in spring training, I do think he's gonna shit on these guys.
I also do think there's still like because first of all I feel like he's a Giants killer a little bit, and I think the history of like him almost going there. Where did he grow up? Did he grow up in California? Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like he's always looking to give them a tough time. Is that your pick?
No, that feels cheap.
All right.
I will go. I'm going to go Austin Wells.
Wow.
He had a great WBC. He carries it into the season. I'm not fully confident in that, but I'm gonna say him.
No, I love that. I'm gonna go. It's crazy. I just had there was 6 names that I just went through that I could have chosen. I'm gonna go with Cam Schlittler. I think that he has such a good Game 2 performance that he's the star of the series. My other thought was Jazz. I feel like Jazz. I feel like Jazz didn't have fun in the WBC, partly because he wasn't good, but also because his team was pretty bad, and those Great Britain jerseys were atrocious. And that's a man of culture. He has swag. He obviously didn't want to rock that. But yeah, I'm gonna go Cam Schlittler. I think he's lights out Game 2. I think after we win Game 1, that wins us the series. I think it's awesome, Will Warren. You could just be gravy on top if you do it. But that's kind of where I'm at.
I love that. I totally agree. I'm regretting my Austin Wells pick.
You can't take it back though, so
but I can't take it back, and I think therefore he's going to do incredible.
Yeah, and if he does, you kind of look like the man because Austin Wells is sort of a sneaky pick. So
the WBC, and I'll say for Austin Wells, what I would think would be great. Say if he gets up 12 times, it might be 3 for 12. Okay, I'll get real specific. A 250 average, but say a double and a home run are of those.
And I feel like if 1 or 2 of those hits is in a big spot, that's
Yeah. Can you imagine Austin Wells? Do you think he could hit it into the water, into the bat?
I feel like he could. I feel like he's got power like that. He also he's a great defensive catcher. There's no issues back there. So that's why it's tough, dude. If he could just I mean, he's shown spurts. He's had kind of stretches, but if he could be a consistent good bat, I mean, there's no reason he's not a top 10 catcher in the league. It's just that he's not consistent.
I think Dominican, the DR team has really opened his eyes and taught him the ways. And I think Dominican Austin, I think, is top 10.
I like that.
And honestly, 3 for 12 is shit. It's not shit. I think he's gonna 5 for 12
Okay.
with a double and a home run.
Okay. Book it. You heard it here, folks. Austin Wells, Cam Schlittler, the stars of the series. I mean, that was a great pod. I don't know if you have anything to throw in.
Stan is my secondary pick.
Okay, we're not getting secondary picks now because Judge is mine then.
No, we'll stick with those. No, I think that's it. I think I'm just excited for the season to start.
Mhm.
We might live stream on Wednesday watching the game. Yeah, I'm just excited. Let's get this shit started.
Let's get it started. Let's get that first win in the books and then take it from there. A lot of baseball coming our way, and man, I'm excited.
Let's go, baby.
Do you have a song prepared for your playlist?
I always forget, but you know what I did? Because I keep doing this, is I made a list.
Okay.
So let me get that list up, and then I'll share.
By a list, do you mean playlist?
No. I wrote a list in my notes. Down. Okay, we have "Kiss the Ring"
Kiss the Ring by
Raekwon.
Kiss the Ring by Raekwon. Kiss the Ring by Raekwon, ladies and gentlemen.
Only built for Cuban links. One of my favorite samples.
When we make the playlist, when Connor finally makes the playlist and gets the webcam, we will have that accessible for everyone. I feel like your camera looks pretty good right now.
That's just me.
That you just look good.
Yeah. No. The webcam isn't terrible.
Wait, you have one?
No. I mean my laptop.
You never got it. No, I feel like it looks better than normal for some reason. Maybe it's just the connection's good. I don't know.
Thanks.
You got a haircut?
No, I actually didn't.
Oh.
I had to stay late at work. Whatever. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Well, don't stay late at work Wednesday because the Yankees take on the Giants in San Francisco.
What time?
Max Fried, Logan Webb. Yeah, I don't know what time, so I had to skip that part. It's either 7 or 8, one of those. I feel like it's probably 8.
Probably at the West Coast.
Yeah, so we'll be up pretty late watching that. Not really. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Stay tuned for a lot of pods coming your way. Now that we have the season, we could talk about the games and players each week. We are going to have a flurry of content coming your way. And yeah, that's Ms. Remington in Captain's Corner signing off.
Remy, come here. Remy.
Let me get a quick guest appearance. She's been in there the whole time.
Yeah.
And she didn't give any hot takes. Oh, look at Ms. Remington. I mean, look at her. Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Adorable. If
you haven't subscribed yet, look at that puppy in the face and tell me you can't go subscribe for us. God, we need more guest appearances from Ms. Remington. That's incredible.
Yeah, she's just been chilling with me. Hello. She looks hysterical.
Yeah, and it's adorable, honestly.
She's kind of a teddy bear, and I'm convinced she might be a human in a fursuit. But that's okay. We'll take that. You okay?
Yeah, it works. She's still adorable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Ms. Remington says, once again, like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you on the next episode.